Hey Aquarius, welcome back to the Guiding Chariot and welcome to your new reading for the month of April. First, let me say thank you. Oh, why can't I pick up these cards? Thank you for being so patient with me. The beginning of April has just been bonkers for me. I got crazy sick and I had no energy to do the readings, and then if you notice the surroundings look different, I am away from home at the moment. So I apologize for not getting these readings out sooner, but again, just thank you for being flexible with me. And we're finally getting into it. House rules still apply. This will be a general read for all Aquas, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Cross watchers also welcome. My only ask is that you take the readings as they resonate. Don't try to force anything. If something doesn't fit your situation, leave it on the table. Just wasn't meant for you, take the rest. So we're going to get a few oracle cards out, and then we are going to go a little deeper with the tarot. Interesting card to start off with for you. Nope. I'm going to show you this first card first. I feel like nothing's coming out till I do. So you guys got the Sea Witch card. Honestly, a much cuter card than it sounds like with that title. Every time I see that card, it makes me think of Ursula from The Little Mermaid. No energy like that whatsoever. But the Sea Witch card does ask you to be a child. It does ask you to connect with your innocence, your playful side, and just to kind of lighten up in general. You know, and I normally don't get this with this card, which is why I'm kind of like pausing, but I almost want to, I almost want to say it's a little, it has this idea to kind of like connecting with the beginner's mindset, right? So if you know that story about Buddha, that's the first place I've heard of like the beginner's mindset, was a myth with Buddha, but it talks about approaching everything as a beginner, like looking at it through the eyes of a child. Everything is new and everything is kind of full of wonder. I almost feel like that message is coming through to connect you, not necessarily connect you to your inner child, but being kind of in awe. Why are you flipping around? We're taking you. Kind of being in awe of the situations around you, and kind of approaching it all with a fresh mindset, looking at everything as if it's the first time you've seen it. Ooh. Not carrying any like preconceived notions about it, not having any expectations about it, just kind of being open and playful with it. Yep. Okay. All right. So, can you see all of those? Kind of. I'm still kind of getting used to this new angle. So you'll probably see me shuffle the cards around a bit. So your next card out is the Can You Hear Me card. So this is a card of longing. I don't know why I was going to say desperation. That is not a thing in this card, but that kind of just popped into my head. Maybe some of you want something so bad. We are kind of getting to that place. So be very aware of that. I would not recommend that by any means. But this card is a card of having desires and longings for something that are not showing up. If I'm just kind of blunt and honest about it, it is wanting something and looking off, wondering why it's not there. That can definitely move us out of that Sea Witch energy, right? And that's not the greatest thing, because you don't want to manifest from a place of lack or a place of sadness, right? Or even any form of depression, right? That's not the energy we want to put into our manifestation, because guess what you manifest then? More of that, right? So to me, this card is really just coming through, not necessarily as part of the reading, but it's like a, hey, heads up, if we're feeling that way, we want to work our way out of that, right? Because like I said with this first card, it's about connecting back to that playful side of you, kind of connecting to everything is full of wonder, and again, seeing everything for the first time. So it's like a balance between those energies, right? And you want to make sure you're staying on the positive side. Your next card, the protective nest, I feel like this is kind of what happens when we start getting into that "can you hear me" energy, right? We start to lock everything down, right? Because it can start to hurt, right? If we've wanted something for so long and we didn't get it, it can start to hurt. So this, to me, this is you being very protective of your heart space, of your home, right? I don't know why home is such a thing right now when I look at this particular card. So there might be some tensions at home, there might be some conflict going on, and you're just trying to find a little safe space, find a little nook where you don't have to deal with all of that, you know, put in whatever adjective you want. You also have Sleeping Beauty's Dream. To me, this is a card of getting lost in daydreams. It's a card of the imagination and kind of scheming and thinking of new possibilities. And it does kind of give me this escapist kind of vibe. Not necessarily because of this reading, it's just that's kind of what I see in this card. There's a lot of creativity in it as well. But I feel like in this particular reading, this is popping up as a way to escape some of this lower vibe stuff. This stuff that, you know, maybe feels uncomfortable, might be, you know, connected to some heavier emotions for sure. They can all be things that we want to, you know, put on the side, run away from for a little bit. Like, do I have to deal with that right now? I kind of don't want to. Can I just let that go? And, you know, the funny thing is, your last card, the Morning Dew card, is the exact opposite. This is a card of facing your fears. This is a card of having awareness and consciousness about what you're doing and why you're doing it. And is there a point? Is there a purpose? Does this get you closer to the end goal? Or are you avoiding something, right? Are we just doing this to hide and get away from something, but we're not actually solving the problem? You know, this is kind of a getting all tongue-tied. It is a bit of a taskmaster card, you know, asking you to do the work, right? You can see this young girl getting to work and catching all these dewdrops, almost like catching all the tears. So in a way, it is facing something that normally I think would make you quite uncomfortable, something that you don't want to, I was going to say deal with, but I think the correct phrase is deal with anymore. So there might be this struggle or this burden that just continues to pop up, or it's almost like a chronic thing, like you're just continuing to have to deal with this type of situation, whatever it is. And literally the message is keep going. Like, yes, I know it's shown up again, but you have to do it again, right? For whatever reason. It doesn't feel like, I know some readers will be like, and I mean it is true, but it's like, you know, they talk about, you know, you're going to repeat a cycle until you learn your lesson. I don't feel that that's what's happening here. Yes, something is repeating, but it's not a lesson. It's not a challenge. It feels like it's kind of like, this is just a life thing. This is how that happens. So, I mean, you can gripe and moan and bitch about it, but that's not going to make it go away. Like, it's not going to make it go away. Like, that's kind of what I feel like the vibe is with these oracles. You know, whatever uncomfortable stuff, because I don't want to call it a challenge, because it's not. And I think it's something that you can totally manage. It's just like, oh, again, I don't want to. You know, that's kind of the vibe. So I don't feel it's anything crazy bad or challenging or this big old tribulation you're going to have to sort out. But it's kind of like, learn to just kind of roll with it and let the frustration and the conflama of it all go. And stay your beautiful, optimistic, hopeful self through this. If you have to find a little way to escape and dream your way out of it, go for it. But, you know, you're still going to have to do the work, right? You're still going to have to address it. You're still going to have to, you know, move your physical 3D body through it, no matter what your spiritual, emotional body is doing to help you cope. Do all of that. Don't lower yourself. Don't lower your vibration. Don't suffer those, you know, sad emotions. Learn to cope, protect your heart, you know, find those escapes when you can. But remember, the work will still be there. So at some point, you still need to do this. So have fun, but also do what you need to about it. And again, I don't know why I think this has to do with your home. Maybe it does. At least for some of you out there. I don't know why home is such a, like, yeah, I don't know, maybe things are uncomfortable at home. Maybe in the process of looking and finding a new home. Setting up a home, I don't know. Home just feels like such a thing. Oh, there we go. That was a nice hopper. Whoa. Aquas with these hoppy cards. Let's see. Yes, look at that. King of Cups right out the gate. And King of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. So first card out, we've got the King of Cups. Honestly, I think these are energies that you are going to be adopting through this little moment that we talked about. King of Cups is an energy that's very grounded in his emotional body. He's in control of this ocean of feelings, right? He also feels everything, same way that you will feel everything. But the difference is, the King of Cups is the eye of the hurricane. He's the calm center of the storm. So no matter what is going on around him, he stays in control. He stays centered, right? This is you this month during April. You want to be, ground control. You want to be the eye of the storm. So no matter what's happening, you are going to stay in control of your emotions. So with that being said, you also have the Two of Swords as well as the King of Pentacles on the table. This Two of Swords, yes, is a block. It's stagnancy, it's stillness, it's a bit of a pause, right? There is also a decision that needs to be made here with any of the twos. And I think this decision has to do with your money, right? There may be, I know we're still kind of dealing with this pandemic. A lot of people are still, having some struggles on the money front. This King of Pentacles is very possible for you. This is an energy that's very well manifested and well grounded, but there is a block around work or career, maybe finances, but I feel like it's more directly work that has to be sorted out within you, my lovely Aquas. And the nice thing is, and I say nice as a very loose thing, having the Two of Swords there, it's really about making a choice. So I don't necessarily feel like this is about finding an opportunity, creating an opportunity. It's kind of like we have to make a choice about something that's in front of us or something that we've been thinking about dealing with. Maybe it's about returning to work. Do we want to do the same job? Do we want to be in this field? Do I want to start my own business? Okay. We're going to take it this way. It's just about making that decision to do the thing, whatever the thing is. And I will say, for those of you who really connect to that card, you're going to kind of know what that's about. You may not know exactly it may not be an A or B type of decision, but you at least kind of have an inkling of what the question is if you don't know it outright, right? Because I don't think this is something brand new, if I can put it that way. Here we have the Seven of Cups. So again, having choices. So like I said, I feel like these choices are in front of you already. They're already there. You have the Death card here, which does make me think that you are kind of closing down a cycle. So you may be wanting to find a type of shift somewhere because you're transforming. So it may be, I'm just going to use kind of a generic example. You work in the corporate field, but you want to do something that's more creative or more artistic. This is making that commitment. But you know what? This has been a great year for redirection. This is an opportunity where I get to make this choice again. Maybe this time I choose differently, because I keep choosing corporate life and I keep ending up disappointed or not completely satisfied. Maybe I'm taken care of, but I'm not happy with this direction, or it doesn't give me as much joy as something else would. So this may be this opportunity for rebirth again, Aquas. And then you have the Queen of Wands, which is perfect, because whatever your decision is here, the Queen of Wands energy is there to attract what you need, the opportunities, the resources, the education. Maybe it's networking and finding the right people. Queen of Wands is super, super attractive. That is the energy you want around you when you make life decisions like that, when you come out of a rebirth, you want to pull in all these new connections because you probably will need some different ones if you're in a different world than you were before. And I say world because we got the death card. You went from like the mortal world to the afterlife, right? So you're gonna have to do things a little differently there. All right, someone ran away. Temperance, patience, and divine timing as well. So some of what's going on has been divinely guided for you. There, oh, that didn't take long. Look at that! Oh, you're gonna like that card. I'm gonna see. No, you got real quiet now. No, okay. Look at that. Ace of Cups. Definitely a brand new opportunity. If this isn't new love, because this is the true love card, it doesn't necessarily have to be. Oh, look at bottom of the deck. The star. This is you, Aquas. Again, this message of connecting back to your inner self. So have hope and optimism about this situation. This Ace of Cups definitely can be true love. So my single Aquas out there looking for love. Good sign that love is coming in. But I think on the whole, this is really about something that nourishes you emotionally and gives you emotional satisfaction. Because again, I think a lot of this has to do with maybe not necessarily work, but more so career. Like, what is it you want to do? What is it you'd be happy doing? Sorry, I gotta move my legs around. I'm starting to lose circulation. So I do think most of this has to do with work, but it could be a little nod for some of you that new love is coming in, or at least the potential for new love is coming in soon. But again, I think the key is that you're being kind of, at least you have an opportunity to be redirected towards a job or a career or at least a situation that gives you more satisfaction emotionally, that makes you feel safe and loved and happy and joyful, which is everything the Sea Witch wants to do. She just wants to have peace and play and have fun. She's even got her little friend with her little sidekick, right? The little fishy. So it is a card of playfulness and getting you out of this longing energy here with the Can You Hear Me card. So honestly, beautiful course for this month. And a lot of it is this decision with the Two of Swords. Making that choice for you, and really what if you had the chance to be reborn, what would you do differently, right? How would you change things? Something to be aware of. All right, my lovelies, I'm going to wrap up your reading here. Beautiful reading. Beautiful look at what's coming in April. Love this. With that said, my lovelies, I am going to wrap this reading up. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all your love and support. If you like this video, I do ask if you could hit the like button down below. Leave a comment. Let me know how this resonated for you. I really appreciate stuff like that. If you're new, welcome. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when your next reading comes up. I probably will be doing pick-a-card readings next week because of my upload situation being at this house. I think that might be a little easier than trying to get all 12 signs out, but we'll see. You never know. You never know with this. So we'll see. But honestly, I feel like we're going to do pick-a-cards. And I still owe you guys a work one. So, especially you guys, looks like it might be a thing. So stay tuned for that. So make sure you have the bell on. But until next time, I love you guys. Take care. Stay safe. And I'll see you in your next reading. Bye, Aquas.